It's already 5 days past. Ash and his friends are now in a Nimbasa town. In past 5 days Ash's Snivy and Croconaw evolved into Servine and Feraligatr, and he captured 2 new team members, a Palpitoad, and a Roggenrola. Sillin captured a Cotone. Ash and his friends met an aspiring filmmaker known as sent his few Pokémon back to Kanto, which includes Torkoal, Blastoise, Noctowl, Ivysaur and Tauros. Ash's Pignite learned new fighting type moves as well. Finally we are at Nimbasa City, said Ash. Sorry to break your hope, but we are far from Nimbasa City. What you are looking at is Nimbasa town, said Luke. What? Said Ash in complete shock. Few moments later Ash heard a familiar voice. Not again, said Ash. Look out, look out, look out, look out, look out, look out, said a girl running towards Ash and his friends. All of a sudden a girl crashed into Ash and sent him flying in a nearby fountain. Sorry, 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 said Bianca. Why you do this to me, Bianca? Said Ash as he get out of the fountain. This is your 5th time, Bianca. You make me remember one hyperactive friend of mine from Sinnoh region, said Ash. What is his name? Asked Bianca. Barry. He is a son of Sinnoh Frontier Brain, Palmer, said Ash. Oh Barry. He is like that from childhood, said Bianca. You knew him? Asked Ash in shock. Yes, he is my cousin after all, said Bianca. He is your cousin? Then it makes clear. You both share similar traits after all, said Ash as he is making his clothes dry with the help of his Pignite. Oh my god Ash, your Tepig evolved, said Bianca as she picks Pignite and hugged him. So Ash, are you taking part in the club battle tournament? Asked Bianca. Tournament? Asked Ash. Yes, Nimbasa Town's Don George is organizing a mini competition, said Luke. I am in then, said Ash. This time instead of 3 Pokémon you can register up to 6 Pokémon, said Luke. Amazing, said Ash. I will use Pikachu, Charizard, Heracross, Feraligatr, Sceptile, Primeape in the tournament, said Ash to himself. It seems the competition is going to be huge. Look at the crowd, said Iris. Yes, I can't wait to battle multiple trainers, said Ash. Hey Bianca, said a familiar voice as a familiar person is running towards them. Barry, said Ash in shock. Hey Ash, what a surprise, said Barry. Thanks, and I didn't know that you are in Unova, said Ash. I am participating in Unova League too, said Barry. This means Paul will be here too, said Ash. Thinking about me, Ketchum, said a familiar voice, and it is none other than Paul, and beside him is Infernape. Paul, it's nice to see you, said Ash. You have Infernape too? Asked Ash in shock. Yes, after the league I was training in woods and I found this guy. Some unknown Pokémon attacked him. So in order to redeem what I did to Chimchar I took care of this guy, and guess what? Said Paul. You become best team, said Ash with smile. Yes, and I want a good match from you, said Paul with smile. How about our Infernape versus each other, said Paul. Nice idea, said Ash. You really changed, Paul. I didn't expected you to be so nice, said Ash. Things changes, Ash, and you brought the change in me. I changed my training methods, treated my Pokémon like friends, said Paul. Good to hear that, said Ash as he extends his hand towards Paul, and Paul extends his hand too. That's nice, Paul, but Ash, I am gonna fine you if I don't get a good battle from your end, said Barry. Sure Barry, I will not hold back this time, said Ash. Same old Barry, said Bianca. Barry, Paul the first want you to meet my friends. This is Sillin and Iris, said Ash, to which both trainers from Sinnoh nodded. Iris and Sillin, this is Paul and Barry. These two were my rivals from Sinnoh region and they are now friends, said Ash. Well, Mr. Booney is here, said Trip from behind. Who is this guy? Asked Paul. This is Trip, from Unova region itself, said Ash. And who you two are? Never seen you before, asked Trip. Name is Paul, from Sinnoh region, replied Paul. This is Barry, my cousin, replied Bianca. Don't forget me, I am here too, said in another voice. You won't change, do you? Asked Ash as everyone is surprised by arrival of familiar unknown face. What are you doing here, Gary? Asked Ash. For some assignment for Grandpa. By the way, can I talk to you in private? Asked Gary. Sure, said Ash as he and Ash found secluded place where he can give Ash the Pokeballs. Actually, Grandpa told me to deliver this to you, said Gary as he bring 2 Pokeball out of his pocket. What's inside these, and I didn't ask him to send any Pokemon here, said Ash. Go ahead and open them, said Gary. When Ash opened 2 Pokeballs, a Tyranitar and a Lucario appeared. A Tyranitar and Lucario? Asked Ash in shock. This is the same Tyranitar, and this Lucario is the same Riolu that you saved from Hunter J, said Gary. Tyranitar. Lucario, why you are here? What about your home? Asked Ash. I want to join you as a gratitude for saving me 7 months back, said Lucario. Tyranitar on other hand picks Ash up in the air and took him into bone-crushing hug. Tyranitar, I am glad you still like me, but can you place me back on the ground? Asked Ash, after which Tyranitar placed Ash happily. I can take you in my team, no issues, but Lucario, what about your caretaker? Asked Ash. Actually, Ash, his caretaker died 2 months back from severe heart attack and Lucario went into severe depression. After finding the root cause, other caretakers came to know that apart from his caretaker, he trusts another trainer, and that is you. So I received him 2 days back, said Gary. Sorry, Lucario, that you had to suffer that loss, said Ash. Birth and death are part of life, we cannot do anything, said Lucario. But you can use Aura and you could have revived him, asked Ash. I tried, but he said it would be better if I go and explore the world out of Lucario. Others suggested the same, said Lucario. What about Tyranitar? Asked Ash. Same case. His mother died and Pokemon Ranger decided to give him to you as you brought him back to the preserve few years back, said Gary. Sorry, Tyranitar, said Ash as he gently pet him. I am happy to accept you guys in my team, said Ash as Pikachu also greeted them. Right now, you both have to stay in Pokeball, because I don't want to show you to anyone else now, said Ash. No issues, said Lucario. You okay with this, Tyranitar? Asked Ash, to which he nodded. So are we a team now? Asked Ash as he extends his, and Tyranitar did same. You guys won't be able to battle in today's, I will let you guys battle in Unova League, said Ash. No hard feelings, Ash, said Lucario. Once Ash, Gary, Sylvan, Paul, Trip, Barry, Gary, Bianca, Luke and Iris registered themselves for tournament. They met many other familiar faces like Georgia, Burgundy and Stefan. Ladies and gentlemen, I, Don George, welcome you all in the Club Battle, a tournament where you can test your strength against powerful trainers. The winner of this tournament will receive a full year free membership of Battle Club, said Don George. Without any further delay, let's see first round matchup, said Don George. Everyone is looking at the screen, excited for their opponent. Ash is looking at Paul and glaring Trip. Georgia is hoping that she would get a chance to battle Iris. Few moments later, all trainer cards gets shuffled and then matchup are displayed. Time for picking out first participants, said Don George. 2 pair of cards shuffled on screen and it displayed Ash and Trip are going first. 10 minutes later, everyone is excited to see first battle. If you get eliminated in the first round, then I will fine you, Ash, said Barry loudly, making Ash chuckle. Finally, get ready to defeat Booney, said Trip. This will be a 2-on-2 battle between Ash Ketchum and Trip. Trainer is allowed to switch Pokemon anytime they want. Please send your first Pokemon, said referee. Are you looking at the crowd? You are going to be humiliated in front of them, said Trip. Shut up, said Ash as he is ready to release his first Pokémon. Trip released his Girder. Going with Girder, huh? Said Ash as he sends his elite Pokémon. SCEP, said Sceptile glaring at his opponent. What's that Pokémon? Said Trip as he checked his Pokédex. A grass-type starter from will be an easy win, said Trip. Girder versus Sceptile, let the battle begin, said referee. Want to battle on your own? Asked Ash, to which Sceptile nodded. Ref, my Sceptile will be battling on his own. I assure you that he will not kill his opponent, said Ash. Sceptile is allowed to battle on his own, said referee. Girder start with Stone Edge, said Trip as multiple rings of sharp-edged stones formed around it and then all stones launched at Sceptile. For evasion, Sceptile used Double Team. Within few moments Sceptile covered the field. Stone projectiles passed through copies of Sceptile. Sceptile and his other copies then used combo of Agility and Aerial Ace to confuse Girder and strikes it with Leaf. Moments later Sceptile is back on Ash's side. Wow! Sceptile got faster. I only battled with him recently in Sinnoh League. Is it because he is handling the situation on his own? Thought Ash. What a wonderful display of speed and power by Sceptile, commented. His Sceptile is fast. I didn't know that trainer from Boonies can have such a good Pokémon, said Trip. Girder used Dynamic Punch, said Trip. Girder's fist glowed red and it charged at Girder with Leaf on his wrist glowing dark. As soon as Sceptile is near Girder, he did somersault to get behind Girder. Sceptile then used Quick Attack to get near Girder and strikes with Night Slash. Sceptile also planted Leech Seed on Girder. Girder, said Girder. After few seconds multiple vines covered Girder and started to sap energy, making it groan in immense pain. Before Trip could order Girder, Sceptile grabbed the iron pillar that Girder carried with it and used the same object to strike Girder, knocking it out instantly. Girder is unable to battle. Sceptile wins, said referee. Sceptile, you did amazing job and I think I will let you handle any battle on your own, said Ash. Return for now, said Ash as he recalled his Pokémon. Tranquil battle time, said Trip. Pikachu go, said Ash. Tranquil versus Pikachu, let the battle begin, said referee. Tranquil use Aerial Ace, said Trip. Pikachu Iron Tail on the field, said Ash as without delay Pikachu used Iron Tail on the field that broke it apart, making multiple pieces of broken field rising in the air, which strikes Tranquil, making it crashed on the field. Tranquil get up and use Air Cutter, said Trip. Pikachu use Magnet Rise and throw the pieces back to Tranquil, said Ash as Pikachu used Magnet Rise, after which broken part of field started to rise in the air along with then hopped from one piece to another and used Iron Tail, which sends broken pieces at Tranquil like a projectile. Tranquil used Double Team into Aerial Ace, said Trip as multiple copies surrounded Ash and Pikachu and all copies then charged at Pikachu. Pikachu stop Magnet Rise and use Counter Shield, said Ash. Pikachu stopped Magnet Rise, after which Pikachu spins on his back while using Thunderbolt to form an electric barrier which strikes the copies of Tranquil, making the copies disappeared and strikes the original Tranquil, paralyzing it. Now use Electroweb, said Ash as Pikachu creates an orange-yellow orb of electricity on its tail. It then flings the orb, which then transforms into a circular yellow electrical net that traps and electrocutes the Tranquil. Tranquil move and use Double Team, said Trip, but Tranquil is unable to move. Now Pikachu use Thunder, said Ash as Pikachu launched stream of electricity that knocked it out instantly. Tranquil is unable to battle. Ash Ketchum is the winner, said referee. Did I lost against Booney, thought Trip. Nice battle, Trip, said Ash as he walked towards Trip. You got lucky once again, said Trip as he walked away. Well, he is weird, isn't it, Pikachu? Asked Ash. Pika, said Pikachu. For next 3 hours battles for round 1 continued in Georgia. Ash, Antonio, Dino, Sylvan, Luke, Stefan, Iris, Gary, Paul, Barry, Isabella, Madison, Mia, Elizabeth. Addison made it to second round. 20 minutes after pack-up of round 1 battles, second round started in which Iris is going against Elizabeth. Iris is against Elizabeth. I wonder which Pokémon she is going to use next, asked Ash. She won round 1 by using Emolga. I think Axew is next, said Sylvan. You ready Axew? Asked Iris. XEW, replied Axew. Trainers, please send your first Pokémon, said referee. Petal battle time, said Elizabeth sending her grass type. Axew go, said Iris as Axew jumped out of her hair and landed on battlefield. Axew versus Petal, let the battle begin, said referee. Petal start with Sunny Day and then use Seed Bomb, said Elizabeth. Axew dodge and use Scratch attack, said Iris. Petal intensified the weather with Sunny Day and then launched the Seed Bomb attack which head straight for Axew. Axew successfully dodged the attack and tried to strike Petal with its claws. Thanks to Petal's chlorophyll, it avoided Axew's attack. Not that easily. Petal released Sleep Powder, said released the brown-colored powder which got inhaled by Axew. Axe, said Axew as he slowly got drifted into the sleep. Axew no, said Iris as Axew is now in deep slumber. It seems, Iris's Azu is in trouble, said commentator. Petal use Solar Beam, said Elizabeth. Axew wake up. We decided that we will win each and every battle. We promised that we will become best duo. We promised that we will overcome all obstacles, said Iris, but it didn't work. That Solar Beam striked Axew, knocking it near Erie's feet. Iris, you can do it. Just believe on yourself, said Ash from stands. I knew it. She can't make it as a Dragon Master, said Georgia with smirk on her face. Georgia, I believe in her. Though she is a novice, but she will be a great Dragon Master someday, said Ash. Iris closed her eyes and think about her past journey with Axew, how she and Axew used to eat and sleep together. Axew, if you can hear me, please wake up, said Iris as it worked. Axew's eyes opened as he stood up. Axew, can you battle? Asked Iris, to which he nodded. Okay then. Axew use Dragon Rage, said Iris. Petal before it can attack you, use Seed Bomb, said Elizabeth. Meanwhile Axew launched the Dragon Rage which destroyed the Seed Bomb and strikes Petal, knocking it out instantly. Petal is unable to battle. Axew wins, said referee. Trainer, send your final Pokémon, said referee. Maractus go, said Elizabeth, sending her grass type. Maractus versus Axew, let the battle begin, said referee. Maractus start with Pin Missile, said Elizabeth. Axew dodge, said Iris. Axew tried to dodge, but to his bad luck, Pin Missile hit him, knocking it back to Iris's feet. Let's finish this quickly. Use Petal Blizzard, said Elizabeth as Maractus raises its arms and then Maractus stirs up Blizzard of Petal and strikes Axew. Now, use Leech Seed, said Elizabeth. Axew try to dodge, said Iris, but Axew is already tired out. Leech Seed landed on his head, after which vines covered him and started to sap energy. Axew, said Axew as he cried out in pain. I have to surrender, thought Iris, but her focus shifted to Axew. I can't be defeated like this, I have to try something else. I should try to execute Draco Meteor and Dragon Pulse. I saw Ash's Gabite using those two moves and Druddigon used Draco Meteor as well. Let's try Draco Meteor, thought Axew as he stood still and concentrated in inner power. He tried to feel the hidden dragon inside, imagined himself as Haxorus using Draco Meteor, and then his belly started to glow orange. What Axew is doing, thought Iris. Amazing. Axew is using Draco Meteor, said Ash to Georgia. Whatever, said Georgia, not interested in what Axew is doing. Once enough power is built up inside the belly, Axew is ready to launch the attack. Maractus, don't give that Pokémon any time. Use Seed Bomb, said Elizabeth. AAAXXXXXXEWWWWW, said Axew as it launched the orb of dragon energy in the air, which exploded into several mini-meteors which rains over Maractus. Though Maractus dodged few of them, but it got hit by few meteors, which results into severe burn and cuts. Don't worry, Maractus used synthesis, said Elizabeth, that put Iris to complete shock. Maractus is now fully recovered. Axew used Dragon Rage, said Iris, but Axew launched the Dragon Pulse instead of Dragon Rage. Maractus dodge and use Seed Bomb, said Elizabeth. With Chlorophyll in activation, Maractus dodged the attack and launched Seed Bomb, knocking Axew back. Axew, Axe, said Axew as he stood, looked at Iris's worried face and then at his opponent. He needed to win this battle for himself and for Iris. Determination built up inside him, and then he launched Draco Meteor once again. This time it is a one-hit knockout. Maractus is unable to battle. Axew wins and winner is Iris, declared referee. Axew, you did it. You learned Draco Meteor and Dragon Pulse. I am so proud of you, said Iris. Axew, said Axew as he hid back in Iris's hair. Next battle consists of Paul versus Antonio, in which Paul used his Torterra and defeated Antonio's Pokémon. Gary then defeated Mia, Luke defeated Madison, Stefan defeated Addison, Barry defeated Isabella, and finally it is time for Ash to battle Georgia. Please welcome round 2 final participants. Georgia and Ash Ketchum, said announcer as Ash and Georgia took their place. Ready to lose? Asked Georgia. In your dreams, said Ash with smirk on his face. Trainers, send your first Pokémon, said referee. Beardic go, said Georgia, sending her Ice type. Ice type, huh? How about this? Said Ash, sending his Feraligatr. What is this Pokémon? Asked Georgia. Water type starter from Johto region, said Ash. Feraligatr versus Beardic, let the battle begin, said referee. Beatric use Focus Blast, said Georgia. Feraligatr use Dragon Claw, said Ash. Beatric launched Focus Blast. Feraligatr crossed its claws and used Dragon Claw to destroy it. What? It destroyed Focus Blast, said Georgia in shock. Now use Draco Giga Blast into the field, said Ash, which confused Georgia, but Ash created this combo today. User first create Dragon Pulse and Focus Blast and combine it with energy of Giga Impact. When Feraligatr pushed Orb of 3 energy into the field, it results into field exploded into many small pieces which strikes Beardic. Now Feraligatr use Hydro Cannon, said Ash. Beardic use Ice Beam, said Georgia. As soon as both attacks connected, Ash commanded Feraligatr to use Aqua Jet combined with Giga Impact. Before Georgia's Beardic could do something, Feraligatr crashed into him, which results into knockout. Beardic is unable to send your next Pokémon, said referee. Nice job, Feraligatr. You did amazing job. After this you will be going back to Kanto, said Ash before recalling it back. Poniard go, said Georgia, sending her Steel and Dark type. Charizard will be an overkill. Primeape will be an overkill too, thought Ash. Get ready, Pikachu, said Ash as Pikachu jumped on the field. Pikachu versus Poniard. Let the battle begin, said referee. Poniard start with Iron Head, said Georgia. Trap him. Use Electroweb, said Ash as Pikachu jumped in the air and then launched Electroweb, which somehow able to slow down Poniard but didn't stop it from hitting Pikachu. You okay, Pikachu? Asked Ash. Pika, replied Pikachu. Poniard use Metal Claw, said Georgia. Pikachu use Quick Attack to dodge and then use Iron Tail, said Ash as Pikachu dodged the attack and landed Iron Tail on Poniard's side, sending it crashed into wall behind Georgia. Poniard, get up. We have to win, said Georgia as Poniard stood up and walked towards battlefield. Pikachu, get ready. Use Volt Tackle, said Ash. Pikachu then surrounded in electricity and charged towards Poniard. Poniard use X Scissor, said Georgia. Poniard crossed its arms and launched Scissor. Both Pikachu and Poniard started to push each other. Being a most experienced Pokémon, Pikachu used all his strength and slammed Poniard back into the wall of the stadium. Volt Tackle not only did leave burn marks on Poniard but it also made it immobile. Few moments later Poniard stood up and tried to walk towards the battlefield. Once it is back on the battlefield, battle resumed. After exchange of few more attacks, Pikachu landed powerful Rock Smash to knock out Poniard. Poniard is unable to battle. Pikachu wins, which means Ash Ketchum moves to next round, said announcer.